I own my car outright. No monthly payments, nothing going in interest to a bank, and it still costs me almost $500 a month. In today's video, I'm gonna break it down month by month, how much it costs to own a car. If y'all new to the channel, welcome to Ziggy, where we do these videos. Normally the POV drives, but today y'all see we're in the room breaking it down and crunching the numbers. And for those that are new here, I own a 2007 Acura TSX with roughly 226,000 miles on it now. And let's dive right into it and waste no time. So just to get it out of the way, insurance is the biggest hitter for me. I'm 23 years old. I live in the state of New Jersey and I'm on my own plan, so it is a little expensive. I pay $220 a month for car insurance. This comes out to $2,640 every single year. That is non-negotiable. You can't not have insurance. I mean, people do it, but I would rather be on the good side of the law, and that comes with a price tag. So that money is just gone right out the bat. There's nothing much I can do to lower that. I could probably drop my coverage and, you know what I mean, drop the limits and stuff like that, but I'm not that knowledgeable on the negative sides of doing that with insurance. If anybody has anything to say about that, let me know down below. But $2,000+ almost $3,000 is just insurance that's going right out the bat. I know people in the state of New York, especially those that live in the city, have it a lot worse than me. I know people paying almost $1,000 a month just for insurance. They don't got sports cars, they don't got M's, they got regular cars, and it's costing them a lot. So insurance in a big city, especially for a young driver and you're on your own policy, it's going to be expensive. That was understood when I signed up for it. So not complaining, but man, that it adds up. It really does. The second big hitter is gas. And honestly, this varies person to person. I love to drive. Driving is my hobby, it's my pastime. Sometimes I get off work, I love to go for a little cruise. That's just what I like to do. And that unfortunately is the reason why my fuel costs are so high, is because I drive a lot. I spend $215 a month on gas. That comes out to roughly $50 a week. Do I regret it? No. But doing the math and seeing how much I'm spending every year is a little concerning. But I know there's people that spend more, there's people that spend less. And we're in a time right now where, you know, we're not really at peace and gas prices are going up. So I am adjusting my driving accordingly. I guess gas is one of those purchases where I don't really mind it. I mean, I love driving. I'm gonna do it anyway. And I try to buy gas at the cheapest places that I can. Just a tip. If you're buying gas, you shouldn't buy it at an empty gas station. Buy it at a gas station that has high traffic, so you're not buying old fuel. I think that's bad. I normally buy my gas at Costco. They sell the cheapest premium that I can find near me. So I just go there, and my car says to give it premium. So I give it what it asked for. You know, Honda know what they were doing when they made it. So if they ask for premium, I'm gonna put premium in there. And I get it from Costco, and it's pretty affordable. So that's what we rocking with for every month for gas. $215 comes out to $2,445. So right off the bat, we're over 5K. Over 5K a year in just gas and insurance. These are the main two things you need if you're buying a car. You know, whether it's new, used, hand-me-down, you got to pay for insurance, you got to pay for gas. There's going to be other things that come up down the road that we're going to speak about, but those are the main two things that, regardless of what car you have, you can expect that that's going to take up a big chunk of your budget for owning that car. In my Excel sheet, for maintenance, I only have it as oil changes because that is the main regular maintenance I do on my car. I do my oil changes every 4,000 miles, but last year, because all of these numbers are for 2025. Last year was my first time going to the track. Me and my friend G, and we went to 2 sessions. And during this time, we changed out the type of oil we were running on our car to prevent the oil from overheating. So we ran 10W40, I think it was VR1 racing oil. I'm not exactly sure, but I believe it's because it has a high iron content. People in the forum recommend to change it at 2,000 miles instead of 4. So I was knocking out a lot of oil changes. You know, there was a couple months back to back, May, June, July. I did oil changes every single month during the summer while I was running that oil because I mean, if the people of Facebook and those groups say to do it and they go to the track, I'm just going to do what they say, man, because they have that experience and I don't want to mess up my engine. On average, my oil changes cost $35, $25 for the 5-quart bottle of oil, and $10 for OEM Honda filter at Walmart. If you're not shopping for oil and a filter at Walmart, you're missing out. It's cheaper, in my experience, to buy that stuff from Walmart than going to Advance or AutoZone. You know, sometimes Advance Auto Parts, they have deals where you buy the oil and they give you a discount on the oil filter. But I like putting the OEM filter in, and that's what I've been running on my car for the past 2 years. And if you're somebody that has a Honda out there, every Honda uses the same oil filter other than the S2000 and the NSX. $10 for an OEM filter at Walmart. I mean, who can complain about that? So I shop at Walmart, $35 on average for each oil change that I do, and I do it myself by hand. Comes out to $175 spent last year on oil changes. Next, we're gonna get into repairs. And this was a little tricky part. I didn't really know what to add because last year I did a clutch change. I don't know if I should add it into this video because that is like not a normal procedure to do in a car. For this video, my goal is kind of to give you an idea of what you can expect if you were to buy a car, you know, just buying a used car, regular maintenance. And I understand that a clutch job is not typical. I mean, people don't really drive manuals anymore. So the main repairs I did last year on my car were I changed out the brakes. So I got new brake pads, upgraded brake pads to go to the track, and rotors. These came out to, it was $150, $150 or $160, around there. I put $150 on the Excel sheet. I think it was around there. I did all the work as usual. And you know, these were upgraded brakes to go to the track to prevent brake fade. Cool. You know what I mean? They give a lot of brake dust. It's annoying, but I needed to get it done. Secondly, I bought a clutch brace for my clutch pedal because typically in these older Hondas, because of the years of stress on the clutch pedal, it tends to crack at the base and eventually it'll just snap off and you won't be able to disconnect the transmission from the engine with the clutch. So I bought this brace online because mine was starting to crack. I bought it and it just latches over the whole system and it holds it in place, and now that's something I don't have to worry about anymore. That came out to $60. That is a repair that needed to be done. It was kind of like a preventative repair. It's not something that needed to be done, but it would have became a problem. So I just fixed it because why not? And lastly, I got new engine mounts because after the track season, I mean, my engine mounts are already cooked to begin with, but after those 2 sessions, it was just completely shot. The engine was just rocking around. It was crazy over bumps. It was clunking. It was insane. I bought some solid mounts off Marketplace for $150. Low key, a big regret. If you're somebody that's looking into getting solid engine mounts and it's not a dedicated track car, you probably shouldn't get it, bruh. It was not worth the extra vibrations and stuff in the cabin. It was annoying. I recently just switched out my rear engine mount back to a OEM rubber one because the vibrations were just too much. It's annoying, especially when you have the AC on in the summer and the RPMs raised a little bit. Super annoying. But that is all I did in terms of repairs for 2025. So in totals, the repairs come out to $360 for the year of 2025. And then we're gonna drop down to registration and taxes. You know, unfortunately, every year you gotta pay to register your car. You ain't like it. You know, I don't know why you gotta do that, but you gotta do it. $46.50 for registration. Parking tolls, I'm on a family plan, so it's hard to tell what's actually mine. And car wash, I left that blank because that depends very on person to person, because if you have a crib, you're not paying for car washes. I mean, you're paying for the water, but you're just gonna wash it at home, you know what I mean? So it's not something that I feel like I need to add. That's just based on you. Now we're gonna go on to roadside apps. I have AAA. AAA is amazing, especially if you travel and you're under 25, because domestically, they'll waive the underage driver's fee for Hertz. So if you're somebody looking to travel, you're under 25, you're thinking, oh, rental cars are expensive. They're not really that expensive. You just gotta get AAA. Waive that underage fee. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. Renting a car used to be a headache. Once I got AAA, it just made life so much easier. And I'm not sponsored. This is something that I just actually use and enjoy. It's one of those subscriptions that I just kept. Even after the fact, I don't mind paying for that. It is worth it for me. You know what I mean? I love AAA. And that really is everything I paid for on my car. Just regular maintenance, things that you can also expect to pay for on your car. So we got to the end of this, and my annual total is $5,714 spent on my car. This is a car that I own. I'm not paying for it every single month. That's just money that's going into gas, insurance, and some miscellaneous things, repairs, maintenance. This is what you can expect. I mean, car ownership is not that cheap, but depending on where you live, it will be a lot cheaper or a lot more expensive. If you live in like the countryside, I can only imagine that insurance out there is a lot cheaper than in the city. So, you know, it all depends. On average, every month, I'm spending $476 on my car. Daily cost, 15 bucks. And per week, I'm spending $109. And the good thing about this Excel sheet is you can change up values, put what actually affects you, and you can see that breakdown. You know, sometimes you need to understand that, yo, I just gotta make $15 this month and I can easily afford my car. If I made $200 today, you know, this and this and this will come out of it, and I still have this left. So if you're somebody that wants a budget, drop down below. Let me know if y'all want a budget, and I'm gonna make an Excel sheet this weekend coming up. I'm gonna drop it in my video in the comments, in the description, for y'all to also have a tool like this that'll help you budget. I'm currently working on it. I'm gonna finalize it, and I'm gonna drop it for y'all, man. So y'all, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Thank you for tapping into Ziggy Wig. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Buy TSX and travel. Don't just focus on this cost. The goal in life is to expand your sources of income. So this $5,000 is nothing. You're still able to enjoy a nice life and travel and do the things that you need to do. That being said, I'm gonna catch you on the next video. Be safe out there, drive safe, be smart, and budget. Bye, guys.